So, before this video starts, I would like to say apologise. Actually, obviously lack of uploads for 2 weeks. Obviously, we have exams soon, so there will be a lack of uploads, but we will be uploading more frequently than obviously in 2 weeks. It won't be that long of a wait anymore. Yeah, and we apologise for that. But obviously, Moon Knight yesterday ended, and today instead of just doing us each episode, I thought that today I would just do a season 1 my review on it, and it'll mainly be talking about the finale though, but I'll say what I thought of the whole show overall, and I will talk about the post-credit scene of Moon Knight, as I do think that is significant, and I think that it is teasing something for the future, even though we did not get a thing at the end like we had with Loki and stuff, saying season 2, he will return in season 2. I do think that there'll be a season 2 or Midnight, well, he'll definitely be in the Midnight Suns, but I think it'll make more sense to explain what the post-credit scene is about in a season 2 of Moon Knight. So if you do enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, and yeah, let's get into it. So Moon Knight is arguably probably the best Marvel Disney Plus show that they've done so far. It is definitely one of my favourites, if not my favourite Marvel show that's been released. And yeah, Moon Knight has been absolutely incredible. It's sad that it's ended, but Moon Knight is definitely going to be a character we see a lot more frequently now in the MCU. I mean, it's a character that everyone loves, and it's a character definitely Marvel is not going to miss a chance to add him in the Midnight Suns, because I do think that roster of characters is going to be insane. You know, with the likes of Ghost Rider, maybe even Daredevil, with a Moon Knight team up as well with them. I think the Midnight Suns in the MCU could be an incredible lineup. And yeah, I think the Moon Knight show was absolutely incredible. I think most fans enjoyed it. I think people that say that the finale was mid, I do not think that. The finale was amazing. To be honest, if I'm being honest, I did think it was going to be rushed, feel rushed, as it was only 42 minutes, but it did not feel like that at all. It felt longer than 42 minutes, the finale, and the overall show was amazing. You know, the conflict of Mark and Steven, and then obviously in the end they both come together, and now they're living together, but Jake Lockley is obviously going to cause problems for them now, and I think I'll talk about how that could affect season 2 in the future. And yeah, I love the whole story as a whole. Mark's story is, you know, very sad, and obviously it's sad for Steven as well, but as I said, this show has been absolutely incredible since the very first episode. I think having it from this perspective of Steven, and then we slowly gradually go into Mark's perspective of things, and then we go into the perspective of the two characters as a whole. Obviously, we knew Jake Lockley was there, you know, in the finale, when he blacked out and killed all of them. You know, in episode 4 as well, I think it was, when Mark blacked out, he asked Steven if that was him, and obviously it was Jake when he found, well, it was probably Jake when they were all dead, it was definitely Jake. And then in the hospital, when that character, well, it definitely was not Mark, and because it had a type of a New York accent, and in the comics, Jake Lockley is a New York taxi driver, and I do definitely think that was a hint at Jake Lockley. So yeah, and obviously the coffin that he was in as well, that was shaking. So yeah, I think that Jake Lockley is going to have an integral role to play in season 2, and whether or not, we'll have to wait and see, because Jake Lockley, he's cold. We know that. We've seen that in the past few episodes. He does not care who he kills, especially in the post-credit scene, which I'll explain in a minute. And yeah, overall, season 1, absolutely incredible. Probably my favourite MCU show, and I can't wait to see Moon Knight in the future. I think the show is something that everyone can... I think it's a very relatable show as well. I like how they, you know, kept to the mental health side of things as well with, you know, personality disorder. I think they did that perfectly well, and Marvel usually do a good job with showing mental health on the big screen or in a show, and they did it perfectly well here. And yeah, I think this show, like I just said, is absolutely incredible. I would definitely give it a 10 out of 10. It's definitely a good amazing show. If you haven't watched it, you should definitely watch it if you're waiting for all the episodes to come out. And yeah, Moon Knight is badass. Mr. Knight, can't wait to see more. Well, obviously they're not Moon Knight anymore. Well, he technically is, like we heard in the post-credit scene, which I'll talk about now. So in the post-credit scene, we go to a hospital where obviously Arthur Harrow, he is been put into a mental hospital, or a hospital which has probably been taken out of the notes of Mark and Steven, you know, when they went into that reality, kind of the underworld, when they're going to the field of reason, you know, stuff like that. And they were obviously in that mental hospital with Arthur Harrow, you know, Layla, they were all there. And obviously when that's probably where they put him in that hospital, because Amit, obviously in the finale, right near the end, the battle, which was absolutely incredible, by the way, that was an amazing MCU battle. Obviously Amit was bonded into Arthur Harrow's body, which made her very weak and vulnerable, and yeah, he basically got put into a hospital, obviously because Mark didn't want to kill him. they had the deal. Khonshu broke away from Mark. Not really though. He still has ownership of the body, which we find out in the limo when Jake Lockley is Moon Knight now with Khonshu, which is obviously going to lead into a season 2. And obviously Jake kills the doctors in there. He basically gets someone to escort Arthur Harrow into the limo. Khonshu, obviously Arthur Harrow knows that Khonshu won't kill them or hurt them, and then obviously Khonshu talks to him about Mark, and then opens the window in the front. Obviously Khonshu saying how troubled Mark is. Opens the window, and obviously Jake Lockley is there, and obviously as he has no remorse, he shoots Arthur Harrow. And I think this could be an incredible story for season 2. As you know, we started off season 1 with Steven being confused as he kept on landing in random places, and obviously he didn't know about Moon Knight or Mark Spector, and now he obviously does. And I think they could do that with season 2. You know, Mark and Steven have no clue who Jake Lockley is. They don't know they have a third personality, or Mark doesn't know he has a third personality. And I think that, you know, they could do a story where Mark, they'll be confused they're in different places all the time. They'll be like, oh, Steven, did you go here? Or Mark, did you go here? And realistically, it will be Jake Lockley as Moon Knight, and we'll get something there, because Jake Lockley has no remorse. So we'll have to find out what they do with that character in the future, because he is cold. He does not care who he kills. He'll do anything for Khonshu, I guess, as he obviously got Arthur Harrow out to kill him, because Khonshu is obviously afraid Armit could come back out and do that again, which is understandable. But obviously Mark was done with doing that stuff for Khonshu now, and what he thinks, he isn't Moon Knight anymore, but really, in a way he is. And yeah, I'd love to see how that plays out. I do think that in the future they'll all come together, Jake, Mark and Steven. I think Mark will start to get a hold of Jake, and Jake will start to understand, and then we'll get a badass team up between them 3, and then we'll get the Midnight Suns in the future of the MCU, which is absolutely incredible. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video today. Tell me down below what you would rate Moon Knight out of 10. Like I said earlier, I rate it a 10 out of 10. It's an amazing show. I recommend you watch it if you haven't, if you're a big MCU fan. Even if you're not an MCU fan, I'm sure you would enjoy this show. It's an absolutely incredible show. So yeah, if you did enjoy this video today, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.